Hey everybody, this is just another one of our one-shots. Here with me today we have Livy, who will be Sari, and Abon, who is going to be playing Ahbix again, after our Easter episode was the first time Ahbix showed up, if I remember right.
Yep.
Yeah, so this little scene is going to open in on the castle, and I think, Sari, you probably received yet another one of Ahbix's letters inviting you to your probably monthly weekend out. Does that seem right? Do you think it's probably like once a month that you spend a weekend just hanging out?
Yeah, probably. Something like that.
Yeah. So, that in mind, remembering what happened your stay over in the castle where you basically told Calem, like, you're my brother now.
Mm-hmm.
Would Sari want, would Sari have told Ahbix that they maybe wanted to bring Calem with this time?
Yeah, probably. She probably was like,
Okay.
hey, I miss you. I can't wait to see you this weekend. By the way, I'm bringing Calem. P.S. I'm bringing Calem. It's like on the back page of the letter. Because she forgot that she was bringing Calem until she was about to hand it to the mail lady.
Yeah. Our terrible meme mail lady.
I can't remember her name, and I was about to just call her Sonic the Hedgehog.
Her name is Memphis, which I remember because so many people have screamed to me about her.
Fair. That's a good reason to remember her.
Yep. Everyone's just like, dude, what the hell were you doing when you made Memphis? And I went, honestly, I had a dumb joke in my head, and I also needed a name. But anyway, so yeah, Ahbix probably is aware that Calem is coming this time around. How much notice did Sari give Calem?
She kind of knocks at his door with her, and she's got hiking, walking stuff and a backpack. And she's like, Calem, are you ready to go?
Good morning, Sari. Ready to go where? Did I have something on my schedule I forgot?
No, there's nothing.
Thanks, Rose. What? Sorry, what are you talking about? It's like 8 a.m.
You're coming with me to Tief Mom's house? Duh.
Oh, I had no idea, but
Are you kidding me? I left a note.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Rose?
I gave it to Ernest.
That would do it. You just see him walk over to the little nest he's made for his pseudo dragon, just start flicking through the stuff underneath, just pulls it out and just goes, "You ate it? You ate the letter? Ugh, Ernest, what have I said about eating the mail?" He just kind of sighs and goes, this is embarrassing. I'm sorry. Tell you what, let me see if I can, because as much as I would love to, it's going to be a matter of what my schedule looks like this week. And you just see him meander over back into the castle for a second, just hey Rose, how busy am I this week?
Not too busy, actually. You've got quite a bit of time off.
Because Sari wanted to know if I can go hang out with her and Ahbix. You remember Ahbix. She helped you out during the whole...
Yes. Yeah. I remember that. We don't talk about that day.
Sorry. It was a stressful time. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, if I'm free, I think I might head over and do that, if that's cool.
Sure, you go do that. I'll run the kingdom. Again.
It's only for a weekend. I'll be back very soon. And if you need me, you can always call.
I won't need you. Don't worry about that.
Okay. And
if I need someone competent, I'll call Rowan.
Fair enough. Yeah, she's good with that. I think there's a bit where he's about to leave and Nenelian's there, and he explains the situation, and Nenelian just goes the castle's quieter without you, and I'm happy you're going away. And Caleb just gives him a hug. He's like, I'll miss you too, buddy. So, within a few minutes, because, well, maybe like an hour, he probably invites Sari in to just kind of sit around, maybe have breakfast, you know? And maybe within an hour or so, the two are underway.
Yeah.
He'd ask if Sari would prefer to like take like a coach, or would they prefer to just walk it, if that's like their tradition.
I mean, I always walk.
Okay.
It's good for your... Well, I mean, that's a lie. I don't walk. I cartwheel.
That's fair. You are pretty prolific with that.
Do you know how to cartwheel?
I'll manage on my own 2 feet. I'll be fine.
But you do know how to cartwheel, right? I mean, you're like my age. You know how to cartwheel, right, Calem?
Let me roll to see if Calem can cartwheel. I rolled a 2.
Oh, no, he cannot.
He can handstand for a few seconds.
Is that plus acrobatics? Do plus acrobatics.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, that was a raw roll, so let me add acrobatics. Oh, his acrobatics ain't that bad. That's a 6.
Okay, so he can do kind of like what little kids do when they first are learning to cartwheel, where it's like they stand on their hands and they just kind of hop.
Yeah, that's probably it. He's learning. He's learning.
She just kind of stops and, okay, stop joking. Do a cartwheel.
No, you don't understand that is my cartwheel.
Okay, it's gonna be a long walk then, huh?
It'll be fine. I've tracked worse.
Sure.
You just see him like get his staff as a walking stick, has like a backpack on him, and he packed probably like a hood or something just in case. And the two of them would set out together, and I think until they got like a little bit further out, there'd probably be like a tiny guard detail, probably just like Zagreus just hanging around just to be safe, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they got to a certain point, they were probably on their own in this sort of tundric wilderness. It's after the spring festival, so it's probably around summer in Timshel. So as much as it is still colder than most places, it's not constantly snowing. The sun is out. Whoa.
Yay, son.
And like some plants are growing. It's probably kind of nice. And so what would they do day one? Because I have this kind of mapped out the 2 days it would take. Would Sari have any like express things they'd want to talk about?
Sari probably just wants to make sure he can learn to do a cartwheel. I mean, I'm already teaching the baby how to do a cartwheel. And voice in the head knows how to do a cartwheel, I think. At least his shadow does.
That's fair. I think Calem just goes, oh, actually, I just did the weather. So it's about 10 degrees warmer than it usually is for the season. And considering it's summer in Timshel, that's still probably pretty chilly. So it's probably like 60, 70 this afternoon.
Ooh.
I know, right? So like I think Calem takes off his like big fluffy like robe and everything and is just kind of walking, and he just goes like, okay, so run me through this one more time. I do a handstand like normal, and then what happens?
You fall to the side. Like you keep going, like you want to turn your whole body. Bend at the waist.
Okay.
And she executes 3 perfect cartwheels. Like that, see?
He's probably like walking alongside her, a little bit behind, but still in the general vicinity, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, when we take a break, I can probably try my hand at it again.
Yeah. Maybe this time you can fall on your butt.
I sure hope. So when they get to probably like maybe an hour's, probably a few hours of traveling, they probably take a little break, you know, have some snacks. Calem probably packed some of like sandwiches that are cut directly in the triangle style, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He probably has one like, you know, like the school brown box lunches that they take on field trips.
Homeschooled.
You're right. Sorry. But it's like a little box. It has like a sandwich, an apple, some just like
Like a
basic
bento
stuff.
box?
Yeah. Except like way less fun.
Yeah, that's right. Americans.
So
Lame lunches.
Huh. Okay. So you guys stop in a pretty neat location. You have a wishing well. You stop by a little spot with a wishing well. What would Sari do?
She brings like coins for this specific purpose of every time she stops at this wishing well.
Okay.
I wish for a sister. I've got too many brothers.
Okay.
Someday that'll come true. It'll take a minute though. All my brothers aren't. I have a bunch of gnome brothers and a gnome sister, but she's a brat. And then now I have Calem and the baby and head voice, and they're all boys. I want a sister.
I think Calem would also look at the well, probably grab a gold piece he has, just because like it's about what he'd wish for. And I think he'd just turn to Sari and go like, so like, I can ask for anything, right?
Have you never done a wishing well?
I've never. Usually, like, wishing wells and stuff like that are things people do, and I just kind of wait around because it's always kind of weird and seems kind of like, I'm a prince. I have a lot of things, and wishing for something might seem kind of selfish.
No, it's like you can wish for ice cream or for cartwheels or for a sunny day. You can wish for anything in the world. I used to wish for a unicorn until I met that unicorn, and now I wish for a sister.
That's fair. He thinks about it and just goes like, the perfect cartwheel. Okay, let's do that. And I think after he throws his gold coin in, he's like, all right, perfect cartwheel time. And he's going to try his best at it.
Oh, no
way. No way. Oh, this is adorable. Holy shit, he crit.
No.
I will take photographic evidence, and for like people who listen to this eventually, I will put this 20 roll like on Instagram or something, because there's no way. That's just so cute. He crit.
He wished for it and he got it. That's so adorable.
So I think he just kind of like just probably tries his hand at it, does a little, and Sari, you watch him do the perfect cartwheel.
See, I told you the wish would come true.
Whoa. Maybe, okay, so was that the wish, or was that like maybe all your training helped? And he tries again. Huh! He rolled a 16.
Plus acrobatics?
That's a +4.
So he does another good cartwheel?
Mm-hmm. And he just goes like, I think I'm doing it. I think I'm doing it.
You are. You're doing
so,
really good.
He just like stretches out a little bit and just goes like, well, I mean, I did have some time doing rogue shit, so it kind of makes sense. And so he just decides he's gonna try something Sari usually does and tries to like cartwheel a few feet in one direction as if they were moving,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna roll like a couple and see how that goes. 16, 12. So it was a 16, 12, 15. The second one's probably a little less good form.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of fumbles out of it for a second, but it's just enough to get back into it for the third one,
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, the second
could do it.
Like probably lands on his butt at the very end. It's just like, whoa. And I think he's like, okay.
Doesn't this make traveling so much more efficient?
It kind of does. I mean, you see him like look at his staff full of magics and teleporting spells, and he looks at it for a moment and goes, nope, I'm gonna try it. And I think when they take off again, he is going to try cartwheeling. to travel alongside. He rolled a 14. So I think he gets tired much faster than Sari does, who is just the prolific master cartwheeler. But I think he keeps up for a little bit.
Aww.
And they probably... What's Sari's MO about, like, going to sleep? Like, do they sleep under the stars? Do they find a tavern? What's Sari's usual, do you think?
She's got, like... She knows how far they've gone, so she's got, like, a camping spot picked out in mind, and it's, like, this little thing kind of off the trail, and there's, like, a big weeping willow tree.
Ooh, okay.
A little pond.
Oh, I like that.
Sets up. He's under the tree.
Okay. So I rolled for like the weather again, and it's cooled down a bit. It probably went from like 70 to 60 again. But and that's just the night chill coming in, and this little spot, and also it's by the water, so it gets a little colder too, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. You're not like freezing or anything. It's still really nice. I think Calem has a moment where he's like, so this is the part where I bring out the sleeping bag, right? Do I need to like clear an area? Like what's the checklist for sleeping?
She like throws out her bedroll and sets a pillow on top of it and just lays on top of it, not even crawling under a blanket, and goes, you sit here and you sleep. You can do whatever you want, honestly.
Oh, okay. He tries to throw it out as like
make a fire.
He tries to throw it out as like dramatically, you know, but it probably like, you know, when you throw something, but instead of going out, it kind of just stays where it is and kind of lands on you.
Yeah.
Calem has like a sleeping bag over him for a second. He's just like, can I be honest with you? Sorry, I have never been like recreational camping before.
She like sits up. Really?
He like throws the sleeping bag off himself and tries to lay it out. Well, for like conflict purposes, you know, we've had to like make camp. That's happened. That's normal, but never like
Your parents never took you camping. And
my parents were evil.
I mean, like my parents took me camping and with all of my brothers, and then they kept going hiking, and I slept in and got lost in the woods for a few days. That was fun, though. That was a fun adventure.
Did you eventually like meet up with them?
Yeah.
That's good.
In human years, I would be 10.
Oh wow, you were really young.
But I mean, whatever.
That's fair. I think he like lays his stuff out.
The thing that was weird is that it happened every year.
That is a little weird. But I mean, I'll try. Yeah, I'll try to wake you up if we have to start going. Don't worry about it. I won't leave you in the woods, even though that could be a fun adventure.
You don't know the way.
You're right.
You can't leave me behind. That's the point. That's the point of me not telling you where we're going or giving you the map. You can't ditch me.
I wouldn't ditch you, but you have every right to the map. You're the one in charge here. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you ditched me. I don't know how to camp. There were several times today I like heavily considered casting like Misty Step or something.
But that's cheating.
It is. It's, you know, I'm usually like in the castle doing paperwork right now, and it's honestly really nice to get away. And you do this every month?
Yep.
What about when you do it by yourself? Like, who do you have to talk to?
Well, voice in my head. Sometimes.
That's fair.
But I mean, really listen. Sometimes people don't listen to me when I talk to people, so what's the difference? I mean, right?
I'm sorry. Well, no, you're sorry. He like lays out with the thing and just goes like, you know, I wasn't really sure about all this morning, but I'm having a really good time.
Yeah?
I didn't think I was made out for camping, you know. I'm kind of scrawny, but I'm having fun.
I mean, you are just a bit shorter than me.
Yeah. You got really tall. like when we met, I thought I was taller, but okay.
It's all that racto stuff.
True. Yeah, I don't usually talk about the circus that much. It was kind of freaky, but you had fun.
It was fun.
I mean, besides like the murdering part. Well, you didn't really do the murdering part. They did.
I mean, sure. I didn't do any of the murdering part.
Yeah, yeah. Let's tell ourselves that. Let's just choose to forget about the circus, okay?
I mean, it was fun. Except for the
I'm glad
murdering
you
part.
had fun. Yeah, it was fun except for the murdering part. That seems like a pretty good summation. He then thinks about it for a second, goes, "Hey, sorry, how much stuff did you bring?"
Well, I brought games and the picture I drew for Ahbix, and she like pulls something out of her bag. I'm not finished with it yet, but I was kind of making a mobile thing to hang over the crib. I'm not proficient in craft.
Me neither, but I can try my best. Like maybe if we work together.
It's kind of like got little dangling pieces. There's a tiny little heart, a little sunflower that she's carved. It's badly carved, but you can tell she put a lot of time and effort into all the little dangly bits. One is
I think
another heart, and it's got like the little teeth horns on it.
Oh, I love that. I think Calem probably, like, if there's any parts that look a little broken, probably cast mending on them. And just goes like, there we go, all fixed up. I can help add more to it if you had more you plan to put on.
Thanks, Caleb. I kind of wanted to add like a little ice cream cone.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's kind of got everyone in our family. I painted this heart black because the shadow in my head. And then this one has a T. The sunflower is me. And then the heart with the teeth horns is Tief Mom. And the other heart is Dad. And I want to add an ice cream cone to be you.
He just kind of looked over and just is like, oh, yeah, that's really nice of you. Here, let me help you. And he just like tries his best to help you out. So I think, will the two just like roll maybe intelligence to see if they can work this part out?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Intelligence is one of Calem's things, so maybe he can help out here.
Howdy do.
13, 14.
I got 6. Sari's not that smart. She is, but she's not at the same time.
Yeah. I think like Sari has the rough idea on how to do the artistic part of it, and I think Calem was more in charge of like the practical side, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like she did the design, he tied the ropes, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think he just goes, so I noticed that the heart for your dad is silver. That's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. Do you have a color in mind for the ice cream cone?
Well, I wanted to paint it sort of blue, like you.
Did you just see him like kind of freeze up at that, not really knowing what to say? He's just like, yeah, do you have paints on you, or should we finish that when we get to her house?
I have the paint. I was meaning to finish it on the road when I wasn't cartwheeling.
Okay. I think I think you can handle the painting, yeah? I'm gonna just try my best to, get used to laying out under the stars and all that. I usually have a tent. This is kind of different, but in a good way.
That's why we're under a tree.
Huh. It is a really nice tree.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she like goes over and like carves a tiny symbol into the tree. I do this every time.
Oh, you just see him like get out one of his little daggers and just thinks about it for a second. He goes, "What should my symbol be, do you think? So every time I come, I can have something here too."
Well, mine is a sunflower. Maybe yours should be an ice cream cone?
Yeah, stay on theme. He rolled a 12, so it's not the perfect ice cream cone because he has no experience in wood carving, but it has the vague shape of it. He's like, it'll only get better with time.
He did his best.
Mm-hmm. And he just kind of looks at it, genuinely kind of proud. He's just like, so now every time I come with you, I can put something here too.
Mm-hmm.
You don't mind if I want to come with you guys more often, right?
No, you're my brother.
And I think he just,
You get to come.
yay! He lays out, he probably also had like packed food for dinner courtesy of Rose, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think with that, the two of Sari painting and Calem kind of just trying to get used to it, you know, not really grumbly about it, just more like this is new and different for him and he's trying his best, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I think eventually that kind of comes to an end for the first night. The second day is just about the same temperature wise. Still warm, still pretty scenic. About what time does Sari get Calem up, do you think?
Like 4 a.m. She slept in.
He's just like, oh, I guess we gotta beat daylight, right?
I mean, the sun is up.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Come on. You have to come with me, though.
Okay.
It's not up all the way. She, like, starts climbing the tree.
Calem just goes like, time is ace, don't fail me now. 17. He's able to awkwardly climb his way up with you as well.
All right. Now, if you sit right here, they're pretty much at the top of the tree. If you sit right here and you look right there, you can see the sun coming up.
I'm gonna roll perception. Okay, well, actually, he has a +9 to that, so that's nice. And he rolled an 18, so needless to say, he sees it. He's just like, whoa. Wow.
Isn't it so cool?
Mm-hmm. It's nothing like the sunrises back home.
Yeah. It's different.
I'm really thankful that you took me, Sari. I may have seemed kind of grumbly yesterday, but I'm happy.
I'm glad I brought you too. I'll be
Plus,
glad when we get there.
That's true. So what time do you think we'll be getting there?
At the rate we're cartwheeling, maybe in a few hours.
Oh, okay. Do you like have to let them know ahead of time that we're almost there?
How would I do that?
He just like thinks back to like all like the you know, like stones of far speech that nobles can have and stuff like that. No, you're right. You're right. They know we're coming, right?
Mm-hmm. And Abon knows how, or not Abon, Ahbix. I knew I would do that eventually.
Everyone does.
Ahbix knows how long it takes me to cartwheel there from when I wake up. She'll probably have breakfast waiting. Or second breakfast.
That's more of a halfling thing, but I've always kind of wanted to try it.
Well, I mean, we'll have breakfast before we leave. I'm not going to starve you.
Yeah. He goes like, wait a second.
Big sister thing to do.
He thinks about it for a second and goes, I have an idea. And you just see him like shimmy down the tree, go to his bag. And I think it's worth mentioning that he probably outfitted himself and Sari with bags of holding for their camping trip.
Mm-hmm.
So you just see him like...
Sari to immediately put like her backpack in the bag of holding.
I think a little less gracefully than last time because it was only a 13, but still manages to like shimmy up the tree again with the bag and flips it open, pulls out like their breakfast and like hands it to her and is just like, maybe we can eat up here.
Yeah, we can do that.
And so the two have breakfast.
breakfast in a tree. That's safe.
Yeah, sure.
Kids, don't try this at home.
No, these are fantasy characters.
These are fantasy characters with more lives than you and I have.
So probably like an hour, you think they'd spend eating and talking and stuff?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
So at about maybe 5:30 in the morning, they head off again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see how good Calem is at cartwheeling. Ha! I think because of like this one was pretty bad. He manages to keep up for a little bit, but he's still kind of tired and not used to it. He's still kind of sore from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe after half an hour or something, he's just kind of like, I think I'm gonna walk it. Sorry, I tried, but you know, this is my first time cartwheeling long distance.
All right, that's fair. I could
Maybe
carry
it'll-
you.
I
I could give you
I
a piggyback ride.
appreciate it, but I'll pass.
You sure?
Roll persuasion.
That's a 12.
I'm gonna have to seek it. It's like 10. You have not even begrudgingly, you have cautiously convinced the boy prince to take you up on a piggyback ride.
It's a good piggyback ride. She's tough.
How long do you think
And
they go
Caleb is
for?
very scrawny.
How long do you think she can hold him up?
How much do you think Caleb weighs?
That's a good question that I need to. Let's see. Hey, book. He's a younger elf. He's still not 100 yet. So he's still like a child. And elves typically have slender builds, which isn't much help. I'm gonna say like maybe like one. I am not good with weight. Height, I'm usually pretty good at guesstimating. Weight, I'm
how
a
tall is he?
horrible person.
How tall is he? And if he's very scrawny, I could probably figure it out.
Probably like at this point like 5'6".
So he's taller than me and scrawny, so maybe about 125 would be scrawny.
Okay, that sounds about right.
We interrupt the narrative flow of the podcast to bring you discussions on Caleb's weight.
I mean, that's what editing's for. You'll sound like
It's
geniuses
true.
after B comes in and edits it, right?
It's true. It's like instant, like boom, got you, instant number. So yeah, I think it's not that difficult. So probably about mid-length. Maybe not as like long as she could carry, say, like the baby, but like.
Nah, she could carry the baby all day. So Caleb, maybe she can carry for an hour.
Yeah, and I think like at maybe the 45-minute mark, are you sure? Sorry, like you seem kind of tired. I don't want to keep going.
I can keep going for a little bit.
If
I'm
you're
fine.
sure. So about an hour in, you probably just like, wrap up. You put him down. He happily walks the rest of the way. No problem. Actually, I think after the feed, trying to be nice, probably tries best at cartwheeling again.
Mm-hmm.
This one's better. I think maybe the rest of the way there he can keep up with her. That one was like a 15. So it's probably maybe 1 in the afternoon when they finally make it.
We're here. We're here. It's later than I thought, but we're here.
Yeah, sorry about the pit stop. I just really had to,
I told you I didn't want to. No.
It's fine. I'm sorry. Wait, fuck. You just see him just go like, yeah, I know, TMI. But we still made pretty good time. And this is my first time out. Maybe next time I'll be faster.
Yeah, maybe next time you can cartwheel the whole way. You gotta build up your cartwheeling muscles.
Yeah. And he just goes, "Do you want to like knock on the door, or should I?" And it's at this point that you guys make it to Ahbix's manor, and it has snowdrops on the ground, honeydew climbing up columns and walls, and it's got a garden in the front. It's really pretty, especially now that it's the warmer seasons.
Okay, I know you meant honeysuckle because a honeydew is a melon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I just had that immediate visual. You're like, there's honeydew climbing up the walls, and I'm like, oh yes, the little melon soldiers are climbing the walls.
He may have, maybe she has a honeydew growing in the garden. Maybe it's not a complete slip up.
There we go.
Yeah.
So maybe in the farm out back. Yeah, the greenhouse.
Yeah.
Greenhouse. That'd be cute. There
So
we
I
go.
think, there we go. It's not a complete slip up.
I think Sari
so
marches right up to the door and kind of opens it and yells, "I'm home! I didn't mean to wake the baby. I'm sorry if I did."
And I guess at that time, Ahbix kind of turns the corner carrying little Altreon on her back, on one of those little sling things.
Mhm.
And she's slightly showing some tum, not fat, but she's a little more round than usual. Not too much though. She's normal Tief Mom, white hair, missing a horn, but it's still ram-like, red skin, fancy Chinese-inspired outfit because she's a monk. But you don't have anyone that usually greets someone at the door. How manors and nobles have wait staff and such. There's no one that really does that. Ahbix just comes strolling. I was like, oh hey, y'all made it. I was wondering if you'll be here in time for breakfast.
Yeah, we're here. And I brought Calem.
Hi.
Nice to see you again. And then she goes in for a hug. She's a hugger.
Let's see. I think he is a little a little weird at first, but eventually accepts the hug.
Sari makes it an immediate group hug.
Oh, of course.
So I think that. Calem just says, "It's nice to see you again, Ahbix."
Pleasure's all mine. Welcome to my little corner of land here. Y'all want to go head to the dining room for some breakfast?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He just says, "Where can I leave my stuff? Is there a spot for it? I don't want to just drop it in the middle of anywhere if that's intrusive."
Yeah. You want to leave it there? That's fine. You can come back for later. Take it to the dining room with us. I don't really care. Show you your rooms later. I imagine you're all hungry.
Yeah. He just kind of drops the bag and just walks over, and it's just walks over to kind of looks at Sari and just goes "I'm not being too weird, am I?"
You're a little awkward, but it's fine.
It's
okay, you're a lot awkward.
I'm doing my best. So the two would probably go in for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What has Ahbix prepared?
Yeah, there's lots of cut up fruit, or at least enough for 4 people to eat.
Can the baby eat fruit yet, though?
Yeah, he's closer to 1 now, so he can have mashed up apples,
applesauce and
bananas, crackers. There's a lot of things babies can eat before they turn 1. So all of that fun, happy stuff. I mean, I actually don't know if babies can eat egg. I don't remember at this moment in time.
I think babies can eat scrambled eggs and stuff like that.
I think they can. That might be an option for him. Quiche and stuff. Quiche is cold. Quiche is not served warm. Quiche is always room temperature or cold.
That is fair. Ahbix had to lay out the law
and
about
bread
quiches real quick.
and bread. But that's about it.
I think
water is the drink of choice.
Nice. I think considering they were on like adventuring rations, Calem probably is very happy to see like this and a little unceremoniously goes for it. And then like maybe like after he eats like a first bit of like apple or something, realizing what he's doing, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
No, you're not.
She's sorry.
Yeah, you just seem like think about it for a second. I didn't mean to just start in. That must have seemed rude.
Sari's already like got a bunch of fruit and like 2 slices of quiche on her plate and is reaching for bread. What are you talking about?
Yes, no problem. And then you see Ahbix like take little baby Altreon and put him in his little high chair, set him up with some food and sitting down right next to them. But no, y'all went on a long walk. I imagine you're starving if you went all the food ration way instead of eating proper. And she's like looking at Sari.
I mean, I did bring snacks, but I kind of wanted to make good time. I was excited.
I know.
I think as they're eating, Calem just goes, How often do you guys do this? I know stuff in the winter with the whole hag situation probably made it harder for you guys to do this. So has it been a while or?
It's been a little bit.
A little longer than the usual month, but well, I don't mind.
I mean, there was a whole thing where I disappeared through a portal and I didn't see her for a while. But
yeah.
And I came back and then we did the thing with Rose, or you did the thing and I babysat.
Yeah.
Yeah. You cartwheeled with the baby. I remember that.
Teach him early.
Well, wait till he's a little bit older. Still trying to learn how to walk.
I know. I learned my lesson. He spit up on my face. She like glares at the baby in the high chair.
He's probably just giggling to himself and trying to eat food and stuffing his face.
Yeah, that's right. Laugh.
Calem's just like seeing this situation unfold, just like kind of shrinking for a second, just like, so what do you guys usually do on your weekends? I don't want to intrude on any of your usual plans, so go with whatever you normally do.
We could punch stuff. We could play with baby. You know, Calem, you're new. Why don't you pick what we do?
That'll make it more interesting.
Last time, he was old enough to pick playing with blocks for 6 hours.
How did that go?
We played with blocks for 6 hours.
Eating some in between that too. Yeah.
Well,
inside a castle.
He starts like thinking about it for a little bit. It's like, I'm usually give me some time to think. You guys come up with the first thing and I'll come up with something later. He just kind of like would explain that he's probably not used to like having so much freedom with the schedule. So it's just like, so maybe like first pick's yours and I'll come up with something for like the evening, maybe.
All right, that's fair, I guess. Ahbix, what do you want to do first?
Well, there's always more in meditation, but I don't think y'all would be too interested in that. We can go out fishing by the lake out back.
Can we go fishing?
If y'all want to.
Calem just kind of goes, yeah, okay, let's do that. I've never, I would like to try fishing. Realizing how many times he said I've never blown before, just kind of like tries to make it sound a little different. Just like, I'd love to try it.
We could use your tail as bait.
I don't know if I like that idea.
She like pokes him in the ribs and she says, I'm teasing. That's what sisters do.
Oh, okay. You just see him like
thing.
Gotcha.
Still a sound strategy. And Ahbix kind of like flicks her tiefling tail.
Do you let them bite your tail? I'm gonna. This is
Sorry,
still
like,
teasing, isn't it? And waits for the fish to like nibble. It tickles. It doesn't hurt.
Well, I don't let them bite. You just tap the water just a little bit.
I think when they head out to go fishing, Calem probably tries it after seeing Ahbix doing it. I'm gonna see how well he does. 13. I think after a little demonstration, he manages to do it right.
See, you got it.
Oh, yeah, okay. And sure enough, like, the three of them start fishing. So, as the three of them are just kind of sitting around and fishing in the pond, at a certain point, Calem goes, so do you, like, eat the fish after you catch them?
Well, yeah. Why else would you fish?
I look for the pretty ones and the little ones.
Do you want to eat the little ones?
No, I avoid those ones. I just look for them.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Calem probably doesn't have a fishing rod, so does Ahbix have like an extra one probably?
She'd let him use hers.
She's probably then just like hanging with Altrian as the two are fishing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she'll teach him how to like properly cast if Sari doesn't.
Let me see how he does at that. It's great, but it's an 11, so it's about what you'd expect from a first timer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing like prolific, but he's not bad at it. He probably ends up with like a single catch, you know?
What I need to know Calem's reaction to getting a fish on his line.
Yeah.
That's true. I think as he does so the first time, he just like he feels the pull and just looks over to Sari. He's like, "Is this normal? Is this seaweed? Did I do this right?"
Oh, keep pulling it. Keep going.
You got a fish. Reel it in.
I'm gonna roll dexterity for that. Oh, he crit. I think just like you just see his hands move incredibly fast on the line, and within time, been pulling up the probably reasonable sized fish. Nothing like great, but you know, like I said, what you'd expect for a first timer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as you pull it up, he'd kind of see it and just look over at Sari and just go, "I did it! I caught a fish! Oh my gosh, I've never done this before."
Now give it a kiss.
What?
Yeah, that's how dinner tastes better.
Yeah. It's filled with love.
I'm gonna roll insight on this. Like he just gives you like the stink eye, and with a 17. Do you want to like contest it with a deception? Sorry.
Does she get advantage because Ahbix is backing her up on that?
Yeah, that seems right.
It was already good, but thanks to advantage, that's a 21 natural 20.
I think Calem looks kind of confused, but seeing like Ahbix and like Sari both giving him the look of like do it. He's just like he probably does it like really quickly though. He's like, bleh.
I can't believe
Good job.
I'm gonna tell Shira you kissed a fish.
Was that more of that sibling teasing thing again?
Maybe, and you'll never know.
And then Ahbix will take the fish and string it up on a separate line. Now we just need to catch 2 more of these and we'll have dinner.
She gives Calem a hug. I'm just teasing.
He kind of
I
hugs
like
you back.
someone to tease who doesn't punch me in the face.
Who punched you in the face?
One of the gnome brothers.
They don't
Oh,
sound
you just
very
punch
nice.
him right back.
I did. And then when he went flying 50 yards, I was told I'm not allowed to do that again.
He deserved it.
He did. He did. Dad didn't think that. He said, "Oh, boys will be boys."
Oh, I see. Calem just looks over at Sari and just goes, "I have a proposition for you, sister."
And what proposition is that, brother?
Contest? First person to catch a fish. He thinks about it for a second. First person to catch a fish gets a really big ice cream sundae when we get home.
You're on.
So
what do we roll? Survival? Animal handling?
I think the first one will be... Okay, here's how we'll do this. Let's have it be animal handling. and that'll see how well they do at like finding a fish. And maybe instead of it being like whoever rolls higher, it'll be the first one to get to like a certain number. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
What's
maybe the
number?
number's like 18. So if you get 18 or above, you catch something before the other person.
All right.
Okay, so 10.
2, 10, 12.
18. He 15 plus
Nice.
3. I think Calem gets something on his line again, looks over at Sari, and is just like, did I do this right? Yet again, like he's more confused at the fact he managed to actually like get something.
Okay, can I have, this is little Livy DM taking over. Can I have Calem roll a strength check?
This is why having 2 DMs playing together is so nice. Let's see what he gets. That's an 8.
The fish is pulling really, really hard. It's kind of pulling Calem in.
You just see him just like, I think I'm doing it. I think I'm. There's like a concerning second, and then he pokes his head out and has like the fish in his hand, and it's just like,
Well, you caught it.
I guess. This is still you kind of winning, isn't it?
I mean, a little bit. You did fall in the lake.
Yeah, it's fine. My clothes will be dry by then. I packed extra. And he just kind of like looks at it, just goes like, "Good thing I wasn't wearing my cape. That shrinks."
It also might have pulled you down, and that would be bad.
It's true. He just kind of like thinks about like what he's doing for a second, and it's just like, "Do you want to swim?"
Yeah, I want to swim.
Okay. I should probably get the fishing pole out of my hand, though.
She jumps in, cannonballs right next to him.
He probably like throws the fishing pole out of his hands and onto the probably the little landing part. And
That
he
was a
just goes,
fish.
Oh right. Calem finally gets to roll to yeet. It's a 15 plus 1, 16 to yeet a fish.
He
What
eats the
can I do
fish
to
so
try and
good.
catch that fish.
Dexterity save.
That seems right.
With the baby. The baby catch the fish.
What if the baby caught the fish? That'd be amazing.
Well, baby knows mage hands, so
Oh my gosh.
Smart baby.
Magically inclined baby.
he is. He's got little silver scales on that little Tief baby.
He just like, I'm gonna roll perception real quick. Yeah, no, he hasn't noticed it yet. So I think him and Sari are just kind of playfully swimming around for a little bit, and he just goes like, "Do you guys like do this all the time? This is so nice. I don't have to worry about anything."
Yeah,
Ahbix
I
sits
mean-
on the edge of the dock and put Ultron in her lap and just nods.
We do this a lot. This is fun.
It really is. He just kind of like thinks about it for a second, just goes, I don't think I've ever been so relaxed, at least not in a very long time.
Well, you need to do this more often then.
I think I do. And I would love to keep coming out with you guys when you hang out, if that's cool. He would probably poke his head more towards Ahbix because I had already said yes previously.
As long as you don't mind a baby.
Of course I don't mind the baby.
You do have to mind the baby when Ahbix isn't watching.
Oh.
Because I will fall asleep sometimes.
That's fair. Catching up on my sleep doesn't sound like too bad of an idea, honestly.
And then we play blocks for 6 hours.
I feel like you're really upset about the blocks thing.
I'm not really upset. It's just blocks.
Well, he figured out how to use Mage Hand. What do you expect?
True. That was fun.
Wait, he knows. Wow, that's impressive for someone that young.
Don't all babies know Mage Hand?
Ahbix shrugs. I think he's just very talented.
Incredibly. Like the wizard in Calem starts peeking out a little bit, you know? But that's really impressive. He just kind of shakes it off for a second, just because, like, but I mean, that's nice. Good for him. Like, you could tell, like, the researcher almost peeked out, but he kind of like restrained himself, you know?
Calem.
Yeah.
I know you.
I'm
You've
doing
had
that
me
thing I
answer
do.
12 questions.
And I should probably just hold my tongue.
No, ask away.
Oh,
This is a chill zone, man. All the
chill
questions.
zone. Oh, yeah.
Just so you know, I'm not your typical noble. So you're going to have a hard time offending me.
That's fair. You had a question, sorry? Caleb asks, probably still like waiting in the shallow part of the water.
Don't think so.
Oh, you must have said something else. I probably didn't hear you. Water in the ears. With ears as big as mine, it happened.
Caleb, our ears are the same size.
I was trying to poke fun at myself, sorry. He's like, you're right. It's fine. Everything's fine. He just keeps kind of musing to himself a little bit and just goes like, so, like, what, not to, yeah, you just said no worries about it, so, you don't know magic, do you, Ahbix?
Oh, no. I mean, I got like a little bit of monk magic, but nothing that talent.
I mean, you're real smart.
Well, thank you very much. I do a lot of research.
Research is nice. It's quiet, relaxing. Beats fighting monsters.
It does.
No, but Ahbix pats the top of Altrion's head. He's like, yeah, if you're trying to figure out where his magic's coming from, it's from his father. I mean, he is a sorcerer.
That explains it. Sorry, that must have been that seems a bit much, but yeah, no, that explains it. Sorcerers have innate birth magic, whereas wizards and others have to like learn it or get it somehow. you know the way warlocks do their thing.
Yeah, and paladins and clerics.
Yeah, they're not all too different. It's just more of like clerics are more like divine gods, and warlocks are more like powerful insert thing here. That's not a god, but still really powerful, you know?
Well, some gods, but like I met this warlock once whose patron was a sword.
That's interesting. How'd that go?
Yeah.
He said it was a hex blade, and he tried to convert me.
So not fun.
Or he was trying to use me to summon his deity.
So not fun.
I mean, he was really nice. He bought me a lemonade.
Lemonade is good. Caleb says, trying very hard to make the situation sound more casual than it was. So I think the bit of a scene jump here. There's probably like the day goes by, they're swimming for a while, and then probably later in the evening they have to watch the baby. you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I think the second day in the morning, Caleb just kind of like a bit more with purpose kind of walks down wherever he would have probably like their rooms are probably up a flight of stairs, yeah?
Yeah.
So I think for breakfast, even though he's probably a little late, like he said, catching up on his sleep, kind of come down and just like, so I've been giving it thought since you brought it up yesterday, and I think I know what I want to do.
Yeah?
So you remember the time we all hung out, and we did stuff like party games and all that stuff. And I told you I had a list of like things I've kind of always wanted to do but never could.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was looking through my list because I brought it with me, and I've always kind of wanted to go like on like a fun nature trail, like like part of camping usually, but like just walking with people and talking about stuff. I've never really. Usually, when I go somewhere nice, I just kind of have to breeze through it or fight something there. I've never gotten to like enjoy being somewhere, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, do you guys know of any like cool places nearby we can see, like sightseeing?
Ultron, what do you think?
um, he kind of just makes a confused look at you and then continues to eat his breakfast.
I appreciate your input. You
Well,
are a valued member of this team.
well, of course, we always need some magic on any team. I mean, we can walk past the lake and go around it up to the mountainside a little bit. Not too far up.
That sounds nice.
That'd be really
There's
fun.
a little temple up there that my husband kind of built up there for me to just chill and get away from the baby.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. And he just kind of like thinks about it for a second, goes, give me like a little bit of time after breakfast before we do, because there's something I want to do. And he would just go, in the meantime, sorry, I think you had something you wanted to show Ahbix. And he would kind of take his food and just go like, it's a ritual cast, so I need some time. So, just, no, I'm going to eat breakfast upstairs and I'll be back. And he'd kind of go off, leaving Sari to like give Ahbix the gifts they made.
Sari's like, well, I mean, it's not super pretty, but I made Ultron a little mobile thing to go above his bed. It's got like little symbols, one for me and you and Dad and Baby and Calem.
Is she showing it to her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I wanted to make sure it was actually there and being like, oh yeah, this is totally great. So Abix is inspecting it and she's absolutely loving it. Well, this is so precious. I love it. I'll hang it above his crib and then I can put it above the next baby's crib as soon as that one's born.
Wait, what?
She pats her stomach a little bit. Yep.
Again?
well, yeah.
I need to tell Dad to leave you alone.
Sorry. Holy shit.
Sorry.
Good thing Caleb is not here. He would be dead.
Well, no, it's perfectly fine. I wanted another one.
Sari like leans in really close to Ahbix's stomach and says, "You better be a sister."
And Abix laughs. Well, it's a 50-50 chance. We'll see. Be nice to have another girl, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's annoying being the only one.
You're asking me. I have my husband. I have Altreon. You're only here sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Another girl would be nice.
Yeah,
I think Caleb at this point would kind of run down the stairs, but try his best to be quiet about it. Let them have their conversation, you know?
Mhm.
So, 19 stealth. So you guys can keep going and he'll pop in when he wants to.
Well, if it's another girl, would you like to decorate her room a lot?
Yeah, we could paint sunflowers on the walls and we could do daisies and we could have, well, obviously we'll put like decorations in the window box and and she's got to have a big stuffed unicorn.
You see Abix smiling the entire time. Just like kind of in love with her adopted daughter. Just go on about it. Like, no, it sounds perfect. It'll be a lot of fun. Maybe next time you come over, we'll paint the room.
Yeah, that'd be lots of fun.
I think the next, I think around this point, Calem walks back and goes, "I'm back." You just see his familiar, his little snowy owl, perch up on his shoulder and just goes like, "If we were going on a walk, I wanted to go with every member of the family." And he kind of gives the owl scritches.
Well, almost every member. My husband, as you know, sorry. Yeah, he's out doing his mission like he's always doing.
When will he be back?
The last letter I got from him, he should be in a week or two from now.
Why does it take him?
There's a lot of work and a lot of people to save, you know.
Whoa!
However,
So
when
he's
he
like a
gets-
professional adventurer.
Pretty much.
That's so cool.
Yeah, him and all the other adventurers. I can't remember everybody's name.
Oh, it's all right.
I think that's so cool. And then he just thinks about it for a second and just is like there's probably a little part in his bag of holding that has the ace mask. He just kind of like pushes it aside in the bag. No one else can see it, you know? Like, yeah, I wish I could do something like that. Hides the thing. It just was like, I mean, we took out the hags together, sorry, and that was exciting, as scary as it got. But, you know, before that, it's always been like professional business, and I've never gotten to like go on adventures for adventuring's sake, you know?
We should do that sometime. Like, go on a quest. Go
Dude.
find a cool rock.
Ooh, a really cool rock. Caleb just like, I think Caleb and Sari have very different ideas on what makes a rock cool.
Like a bloodstone in a dragon's cave.
That has like magical properties and can like
Well,
Yeah,
if you guys ever wanted to go on something in particular, I could probably find something, depending on how you feel, and send it your way.
Caleb looks over to Sari. Family adventure.
Family quest. Family quest.
So
Maybe voice in my head will finally show up and he'll come too.
yeah, he actually turns to Ahbix about that. What's that deal?
We can't say his name, otherwise we'll summon him.
Right. But besides that, like, has that always been a thing? Was that like a find when you gave it to Sari?
Well, it's just because I couldn't go. I sent the card, and he owes me favors. That's all.
And he's
Fair
my
enough.
brother. And I love him.
Fair enough.
Ahbix kind of looks a little weirded out, but he had the idea of calling him a brother, but she won't say anything.
We agreed, we're siblings. We had a big old argument about it. I think that was episode 7.
Caleb's like, what are you talking about?
Ahbix shrugs.
It's fourth wall stuff, you wouldn't know.
I'm horrified at this concept, but okay. I feel a strange chill coming down my spine from the eldritch beings beyond. But
roll a nat 20 to perceive these eldritch beings.
Yeah, right. 15, nothing yet. Anyway, so the group probably takes up that walk, probably just around and everything. Okay, so while you guys were talking, I actually prepped a thing. So everyone can roll probably perception and see what they see. Like, I don't think there's anything like dangerous, because probably been a spot cleared out by Ahbix and Ahbix herself to make the spot pretty safe. Probably baby proofed.
Baby proofed as possible.
So the things you'll find are probably more like cute and cool and less horrifying,
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 17 in total.
Oh, okay. So, sorry, what'd you get?
Oh, thank goodness I have a +1. 7.
Okay.
That's with a +5.
Oh goodness.
Oof. So, Abix, as you guys are kind of taking up towards the mountainous part, you see a really interesting creature, and I'll put it in the chat. It's a very cute creature, too.
Where'd you put it?
It's in a minor pavilion.
Okay, I was like, where do I look?
It's in Almirage. It's a large red rabbit with a foot-long spiral horn emerging from its forehead, not unlike the horn of a unicorn.
How
Bunny.
large is it? A large rabbit or is it a large-sized creature rabbit?
Is it a
It's
dragon-sized rabbit? Or a
It's
rabbit?
large for a rabbit. It's still a small beast.
Okay,
Okay.
I wanted to make sure before I
So,
like freak out
Yeah,
about
yeah,
this thing.
Yeah. It's a small beast, but it's large comparatively to a rabbit.
Ahbix like quietly points it out to the other two, just so they don't scare it away.
I'm gonna. Do you want to like
Tap
do,
on
like,
their shoulder and like point.
Look at it, Calem.
Whoa! He just goes. Can we pet it?
Can I roll a history check on what this animal is? Investigation?
Sure.
I don't care. Which
Sure.
one?
Whichever you're better at.
Okay, I'll pick the better one. That's an 18 in total.
Okay, so what you know is that these creatures, the Almirage, are pretty docile. They were brought by merchants to this part of the land. They come from a faraway place called Chult. But they're pretty popular with, young ones, and they're pretty easy to keep as pets. There's nothing innately vicious about them. They are as like wild animals and the wild that you'd find compared to most of the monsters you'd encounter. They're the closest to just like a regular creature. And a wizard could, according to this, could make one a familiar.
Yeah, nice.
So they are probably incredibly easy to tame.
So Abis kind of whispers like, well, you could try to pet it. A little wild fella. More docile than most wild creatures. But if you can catch it, I don't see why not.
Calem and Sari look at each other and goes, I'll bring the magic and you bring the awesome cartwheels and grabs.
Yeah, let's get it.
So I think there'll just be one collective like skill check, So I'll have Calem roll something like Arcana and you can roll something like Dex, maybe.
All right. Just straight dex roll, not a dex save.
Yeah, I think that makes sense because you're like initiating dictionary, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So then 15.
Okay, and Calem rolled a 14 plus intelligence for magic. His intelligence is good. Yeah, his is more like an 18 for his spells and stuff. So I think with the casting of Find Familiar, and I think with Sari's expert like handling this little Almirage, just kind of lets itself be pet, and once Calem's spell lands, probably like is at Calem's beck and call, and you see his owl for a moment just like perch on his shoulder, and because only one familiar can exist at a time, it just kind of like poofs into its pocket. So Calem thinks about it for a second and just goes like, sorry, I have an idea. They're probably a little bit of a ways away from Ahbix right now.
What?
What if we name it and we like find something we can make into like its little den or burrow, and we could give Altrian a pet.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Okay. Let's not tell Ahbix until we find a place to make the burrow. It'll be a surprise.
Yeah, a good surprise.
And so the two walk back and like, we did it.
Well, good job.
What do you want to name it? Sorry. a lot of my names usually come from like story characters and stuff like that from books I've read. But
Well,
I don't.
What would you name it?
He thinks about it for a second and goes like, "Did you ever hear the story about like the girl who found herself in like a pocket plane and they were like there was like a sentient rabbit, kind of like the one we met, but way more like focused on time and less terrifying."
Yeah. I heard that story.
Yeah. What was her name? The main character. Do you remember? It'll come to me.
Alice?
Yeah, that's it. I think if it's a girl, that'd be a good name.
Yeah. Is it a girl?
That's a good question.
Ahbix shrugs. She has no idea.
Roll.
I'm not gonna be the one to make that. I'm not gonna.
Animal handling.
Yeah. So maybe there's like a coloration thing. Like maybe like the females have like brighter colored fur than the males. You know, like a totally natural second way of finding if they're male or female. That has nothing to.
That's a 21 for animal handling. She is checking and she knows.
Yeah. So like, sorry, maybe because like you love things unicorn, like things that are like unicorn, like unicorn, like unicorn subspecies, like this little creature are like your thing. So maybe you had like a little book on the Almirage.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you know that like yeah, the males have a bit of a darker brown and the males have like a lighter brown. Sure enough, this one's lighter brown. Okay, I think that's a good name. Look, sorry, you got a sister.
Is this sibling teasing?
Yeah.
You did a good job.
Ahbix shakes her head. Kinda
So, oh, they would both look at Abix and go like, okay, so we found a new friend. What do you think?
Well, are you ready to take care of it? Because I'm not.
It doesn't need much. It's a bunny, right? Some food.
You gotta feed it, you gotta water it, you gotta pet its fur so it's not all dirty. You gotta clean its poop when it poops.
Yeah, I think I have Ernest, and I take relatively good care of Ernest.
Yeah. I don't have a pet, but I've always wanted a pet.
So that was the 17. I'll do Calem's in a minute. Sorry, rolled a 7, yeah?
For what was she rolling for?
That was like her like encounter. I had you guys just roll like a nature thing to see what you saw.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So like a little bit of a way, because I wrote out a bit of a ways away from this. You guys reach like probably closer to the top, and there's these little creatures kind of flittering about. And sorry, you see pseudo dragons, like Ernest, but different colors. There's green ones and red ones, all different colors, and they're all just kind of flocking around. What do you do? And I think Ahbix and Calem see them too. Unlike the little Almirage, these are pretty loud and vocal. They're doing, you know.
Look pretty.
You just see like a little red one just kind of do like a little trick.
Ahbix smiles. He's like, "This is one of my favorite parts about the walk."
Calem looks over. You know, sorry, if you like wanted, I mean, I know I've been raising a pseudo dragon all my life. I have books and stuff.
What are you saying? This better not be more sibling teasing.
Sorry. He like puts his hand on her shoulder, genuine sort of sense. Like, I don't joke about cute dragon babies.
That is true.
I'm either horrified of them or I love them. Pseudo dragons, like, they hit that sweet spot of being just dragon enough to hit they're so cool and just cute enough to not have me like have flashbacks.
Horrifying flashbacks.
About little dragons?
I've had a bad history with some bigger dragons.
Ahbix kind of holds up little Altreon from his little pack that she had him in. She's like, "This is the cutest little dragon you'll ever meet." And she kisses his little tiny nose.
I think Calem just kind of nods and goes, "He is the cutest dragon I've ever met." And yeah, he kind of chuckles at that. The little baby kind of flails around happily that he's out of his little containment, you know?
Oh yeah.
And he turns to Sari, is just like, "You've been here before. Are you allowed to try and go for one of the pseudo dragons? Like, does Ahbix not let you? Like, have you ever tried to?"
I've never tried before.
Calem turns to Ahbix, like, "If we caught one and like I helped Sari raise it back home, could she keep it?"
They are little wild dragons. That is y'all's choice. You're pretty much almost grown adults now. I can't tell you what to do.
I mean, I've raised a pseudo dragon all my life as with Ernest, so I have all the books, I have all the things that they could, you know. And pseudo dragons you can't really find in pet stores.
Be a little worried if you could.
Let's give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen, right?
That's
One of
usually
them
what
might
people say
freeze your
before
finger
really
off.
bad things happen.
Yeah, gotta curb my enthusiasm a little bit, but yeah, no. If you're into it, Sorry, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
Okay. So Calem is going to. Also, I am like DM vetoing the fact that Find Familiar is more summoning a familiar and not like a. If you have a, it's not like it's not a Pokeball. But I think just because you know these could be familiar.
Pseudo dragons you can make into familiars. I don't entirely understand how, but I know you can.
The pseudo dragon can serve another creature as a familiar, forming a magic telepathic bond. When the two are bonded together, the companion can sense the pseudo dragon, gain magic resistance. Mages seek out pseudo dragons whose agreeable disposition make them superior familiars. They're selective when it comes to choosing companions, but they can sometimes be won over with gifts, food, or treasure. And I think that's something Calem would actually know from Ernest. He's just like, yeah, they if you treat them right, they'll have no reason to leave you. They're just but they have like very basic versions of telepathy, and they can kind of be won over if you bring them like some food, some treasure, if you have anything shiny. Like how Ernest likes my mail.
He stole the letter I sent you.
I know.
Well, it's a good thing I feed them every once in a while, so they might take more of a liking to you.
Do you have any food you can give them right now, though? Sorry, we still packed like some extra box lunches and stuff for the way back.
Sorry, like gets out some of her snacks. This, and I've got my coin for the wishing well on the way back home.
Calem smiles and just goes, "Okay, tell you what, use it for this, and I'll give you a coin for the wishing well when we head back."
Okay.
Okay, that sounds fair. And so I think sorry, what color of dragon are you hunting? There's like basically all the chromatic and metallic colors.
So,
so just to remind you of the different colors of like chromatic and metallic, there's like black, there's blue, green, red, and white. And then the metallics, I think, are a little bit rarer in the horde, but they like kind of glimmer and they're really pretty. So they have like brass, bronze, copper, gold. Golds are probably one of the rarest, and silvers. And judging by the area that they're in, and Altrin having little silver scales, maybe I think Ahbix kind of takes a liking to the silver pseudos. But what color is Sari into?
She's kind of like looking at the green. Sees a black one. She follows that one for a minute, and then she kind of like looks at a copper one. Like maybe it's a bit smaller than the others.
Mm-hmm.
Can't fly as fast.
No.
That one, baby, it needs help.
Calem nods and just goes, "Yeah, that would be a good idea." I think the Calem looks over at a silver one too and goes like, You just see like the Grinch smile,
Oh no.
and he just like turns to Sari and just goes, "Okay, okay, let's help you find your copper, and then I can enact my plan." He would. So sorry. Roll me a animal handling just to see, like, you set up this little like gift for them. See how they take it.
That is a 20.
Oh, they are into it. This little thing, like, probably isn't flying with the others. It's maybe like perched somewhere, just kind of like, nesting a bit. And when you lay the stuff out in front of it, this little copper pseudo just like takes a sniff. It's like snacks, so like apples and stuff.
Yeah, kind of like some apple-y things, maybe like some jerky.
So pseudo dragons are like pretty small, So this
Mhm.
little thing like kind of claws into this like food, tears it up a little bit with its, claws and starts eating away. Its little tail, maybe a little more. The tail on like regular dragons is a little like almost scorpion-esque, has a little stinger,
Mhm.
and you just see it kind of flicking around happily.
Oh.
And it just keeps eating, and it looks up at you. It sees a little coin. What kind of coin is it? It's like gold piece. Like what kind of coin is it?
It's a gold piece.
It looks at itself, at its reflection, kind of like looks up at you for a second. And let's see, you did roll a 20, so I'll give this advantage. Oh yeah, that's like a 16. So this little thing just kind of fluts on over, and even without magic, just kind of perches on your shoulder.
Oh.
It takes a moment trying to like poke around for more like fruit, but then like you just sorry. Even though voice in your head has always done telepathic communication with you, you feel like another tiny one kind of hit. It's much more limited than your card friend, and all you can kind of feel is like you sense that it's happy, and then it like seems to like be posing a question to you, and it's basically like a yes or no of like, can I bond with you?
Yeah.
I think you actually vocalize it, and it like, kind of gives a happy little purr, and you just feel like it's even happier, and it just kind of like slings its tail around your neck in a very like more like a, not like trying to choke you or anything, but just in like a casual, like relaxed sort of way,
Aww. Hi, little
Okay.
friend.
It just kind of like rubs up against your cheek. Calem's watching this just completely enamored. Like, Ernest has been a bit of a troublemaker for him. So seeing a pseudo dragon so quickly link up is so like strange to him,
Do you have a name?
There's like a questioning hurt like hiss, and even though it's more like basically asking, has like a, you sense it's curious, like it doesn't really know what you're talking.
Like, what are you called?
Is that one of the ones that I guess always flies around in the area? DND?
Yeah.
And
I think it,
is Sari speaking out loud?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's like a little copper dragon, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Abix kind of like rubs the back of her head. She's like, "Well, I always called that one coin."
That's a
No,
good
thanks,
name.
Tief Mom. But that's kind of an odd name.
Well, it was better than calling a little copper dragon a copper.
Caleb chuckles a bit and just goes like, you just see him kind of meander off for a second, seemingly chasing down something.
What about Cooper?
Oh, that's cute.
It just lets out like a happy little hiss, seeming to like understand that that's like what it's now called, basically.
Oh.
Does a little bit of a stretch and just like telepathically sends affection.
Oh.
Caleb, meanwhile, is going to try something. 18. So you just see him like, less with offerings, more with his magic, kind of allure one of the silvers to kind of like come on over,
Mm.
And I think he kind of holds it out to Ahbix and just kind of goes, Altrian's gonna be a magician when he's older. Maybe having a familiar from when he's a little kid, it'll be a much deeper bond,
Well, that's for the little dragon and Altreon side.
He thinks about it for a second, goes like, yeah, you're right, but I'm willing to help. And he also goes like, and that also extends to the limited range a wizard can help a sorcerer with growing magic. I know his father could obviously help him more, but as he gets older, maybe he kind of like stumbles for a second, goes like, his brother could help him out a little.
She kind of laughs and then pats his head. Well, if you really want to help him out.
Yeah, I think I
why
do.
not?
I think I do. He then just like has his staff out, but with a little pseudo dragon on it. So, I know Ahbix shouldn't really. I know rolling for Altrian's kind of weird, but just like.
I mean, I can.
Yeah, just maybe a D20, and maybe with advantage because Calem helped him out. And I'll roll to resist.
And he probably no straight up modifiers on it, right? Because
he is baby.
17 was my best.
1 was my this is non-existent. This little pseudo dragon sees the baby, who probably like puts up a little mage hand and does like a little tiny wave,
Uh-huh.
The pseudo dragon instantly just kind of like tries to hop on over, but realizes that it is still like pretty big for this baby. So probably like perches on Ahbix, but kind of is like very clearly like butting up with the
What is ringing?
It ain't me.
I'm
making
guessing
a good connection. Probably in part to the silver scales,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Altrian just very quickly is like in with this little dragon. I don't know what Ahbix would feel about that.
Well, she knew a pet was going to wander home at some point, so might as well be now.
So I think Calem's is last. So you guys finally make it to the top of this little mountainside after a couple of distractions, but now having a little entourage of cute critters with you. And I think at this point, because of the distractions, it's probably sunset. And a lot of you just kind of lay out, and have a little bit of time to just watch the sunset together. What do you do?
Well, since it's like a little tiny temple, like a round dome kind of thing and columns and honeysuckle just growing around it. Ahbix kind of sits right in the middle where she usually does because she meditates there sometimes, and she's like, "This is one of my favorite spots." And she'll put Altreon right in the middle of her lap. I'm guessing the little tiny dragon will be there too.
It's probably just like curled up a little off to the side, sleeping like the way a cat would. Whereas I think Cooper is still on Sari's shoulders.
Sari is feeding him apple slices.
And I think Calem is still kind of enamored with the little bunny, but just like, petting it a little bit and just goes like, this was different than what I thought this would be.
What'd you think it would be?
Hiking, being hot, like sweating, talking about stuff.
Come a little towards the end of summer, that's when the full heat comes on. It's the worst.
It's true. So I think as like they're watching the sunset, Calem just goes, I'm really happy I got to come with you guys. I never, besides like Anelian and Rose, who, I mean, as much as they're my family, they're also like kind of hired by me, So sometimes I worry if like, I know they care about me and I know they want to have me around, but sometimes it's like, they kind of have to, if that makes sense. It's really nice to have people I hang out with that are like, more than just my friends, who are I can call my family because they want to be.
Yeah.
And he just is like, I now realize why you were really happy way back when you got a note from Tief Mom, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You call me Tief Mom?
That's what she calls you, yeah.
Well, you're my mom, and you're a tiefling.
I think it's cute. I wasn't making any fun.
I think at this point they're just like watching it together, and he goes, so tomorrow we have to head back? Huh, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, we can come back next time, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I have no problem with that. However, next time might be my husband. When he gets back, I get to go out.
That's
Yeah.
exciting. Any plans?
None yet. Maybe go find a magic rock.
Cool rocks. I think at this point the sun's like just about to go down, and Caleb just goes like, "It's weird. It's the same sunset, but it was different in like it's the same thing, the sun rising, sun setting, but it was different in the tree. It's different in my little terrace outside the castle, and it's different here too. But it's like the same thing, you know."
Different point of views will always do that to you.
I like it. And he just like pets the bunny a little bit more and just goes like, so about going downhill.
We walk downhill. Not that hard.
He turns to Sari, do you cartwheel downhill?
Geronimo!
We're gonna have to catch up. We're gonna have to catch up with her, aren't we?
Ahbix shrugs. We could catch up, but I'll just walk and meet her down at the bottom.
I think I'll do that. The two just start walking, and he just goes like, so if you don't mind my asking while we're just walking, what makes you like so comfortable with me and Sari just like calling you an adopted mom? Like you have so much already, you know? If you don't mind my asking, that's probably a lot to ask. I'm sorry.
That's no problem. I mean, when I was younger, I lost my own mother, so I would have given anything to have an adoptive mom. So I guess to those that need it, I don't mind so much.
He kind of smiles thinking about it and goes like, you know, I kind of had the same situation. Maybe when I get older, I can do the same thing.
I'll be prepared to make a lot of bad jokes.
Yeah. He also just goes like, I'm really happy that Sari was so open with calling me her brother. I've had parentage. I've just never had siblings, so that's like new and exciting and weird and nice. You know?
Well, I also grew up an only child, so I couldn't tell you too much about siblings. Well,
That's
besides my temple siblings, but that's a different story, kind of.
I understand. He just goes like, thank you again, Ahbix. This was a really good weekend, and honestly, one of the nicest times I've had.
I'm glad. Well, just like, sorry, you are welcome to call me mom. That suits your fancy.
I'll get used to it. And I think the three meet down at the bottom of the hill and have a nice dinner. And probably there's like a moment right before they go to bed. Calem's probably already asleep because he's a tired boyo. But Sari has like, you know, in the morning she's probably going to leave very early with Calem. So this is probably like one of the last seconds they get to talk with Ahbix. So Calem's already asleep and he's probably working something out for the little bunny.
Might I propose a morning as the last thing? Because Ahbix is also up super early.
That's fair.
Sari is also up super early.
That's fair. I think they're probably after a long walk and trying to get so many animals situated, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They probably wanted to head to bed early. But, you know, Calem's probably really happy they did that. And he's kind of proud of his idea. But Calem would sleep in again, so even though So Sari probably lets him have like an extra hour of sleep longer than they intended, and probably goes to chat with Ahbix in the morning, probably for like their morning meditation and stuff, so that we
In
don't
the
usually get to do
garden.
together. Yeah. So yeah, that's the scene. What do you do?
If they're just doing like morning meditation, maybe they're just kind of relaxing and chilling together. Just enjoy, like how you can hang out with someone and not talk to them and still enjoy their company.
Yep. Also, good thing is baby Altrion's not with her this time because he's asleep.
Mm-hmm. So as that probably comes to an end, what do you guys have just probably finished your relaxing like meditation, and sorry, in a little bit you're gonna have to wake up Calem and head out.
Yeah. She probably sneaks in and like,
Yeah.
it's time.
Okay. He just kind of like shakes it off and just goes like, I'm gonna miss this place.
But don't worry, we get to come back later.
Yeah, you're right. We should, before we go, we should probably say goodbye, right? Like, go wake up.
Yeah, duh. Ahbix is already up. Altrion's sleeping though, that's why I'm whispering.
What time is it? Oh, the baby's not awake. Calem then just goes to Sari like, we've made a mistake. We were supposed to let the bunny be for Altrian, and now we just have a bunny.
Give it to Shay.
Yeah, give it to Rowan.
Or what's her name?
Andre?
Nope. I'm pulling a blank on her name. Shira.
Yeah, give Shira a bunny. She is absolutely the best person for animal care. Oh boy. Calem just goes, we'll figure it out when we get to town. At the very least, my house is already an animal house as is, so at worst case scenario, we can maybe have Rowan or myself watch over them, right? Unless you want the bunny too.
Yeah.
We'll work it out. He just like casts the Find Familiar spell on the Amaraj, and it just kind of like poofs. He just goes, I don't want to have it walk too much. Its little legs won't be able to handle the whole trip.
You made it poof out of existence!
And then he just like points somewhere and it poofs back in. Yeah, it's a familiar. They pocket dimension hop.
Thanos.
What does that mean?
Did you guys just wake up the baby by yelling?
Sorry.
Disappear.
Sorry, make a charisma saving throw to see if you wake baby.
Ooh.
What did
That
you
is
roll?
a 4.
Oh no.
So the silence of the house is broken with, you made the bunny vanish! And then just crying. And Calem, realizing what's happened, just goes like,
Oops.
We should probably... The two would probably walk over to see Ahbix, probably already taking care of the crying baby.
Oh no, she left him. She's not in his room.
Oof. They're just like, we have to do this before Ahbix gets back, Yeah. And they're just like, okay. So the two sneak into the baby's room, and they have to calm him down. Okay, sorry. Just make a persuasion check. See if like you've mastered it. You've seen Ahbix like rock the baby to sleep before, Yeah,
she can do this.
Prove your big sister skills. Do it.
That's a 13.
Baby rolled a 10. I think it's like, it's not perfectly immediately quiet. Like he's still crying at first, but eventually he just kind of like doesn't fall back to sleep, but is like kind of happy again, not crying, just kind of giggling.
Yay.
Roll persuasion one more time. With advantage, because the baby's not like freaking out.
What did you say?
Persuasion with advantage to put him to sleep.
Okay.
Because he's already happy. He's not cranky.
Roll, And
No, you are not punching this baby. No.
Okay, anything is better than that. That's a 9. But my first roll was a 1.
I rolled a 5, so you do it. And you just hear him slowly just sort of drift off. This little silver pseudo dragon kind of curled up, sees the whole thing and just closes its eyes again and just curls back up. And I think, sorry, you lay him back down in his little crib. And Calem's just like, this didn't happen. As far as Ahbix knows, he didn't cry. Everything was great.
Well, Abix is in the kitchen.
Oh. I thought she was still over by her like private spot. No. Okay.
Nope.
But she would walk out just like, we took care of it. He's sleeping.
Well, like walk out of his room or walk into the kitchen?
Walk into the kitchen, yeah.
Yeah, we're in the kitchen now.
Okay. So Abix like hands over a couple bags. For on your trip home.
Thank you. And I think Calem like gives her a hug.
Sari gives her a big hug and says, I'll see you really soon, right?
Oh, of course. You'll be back in a month. If
And-
I'm not
and
here,
you'll
just
And
write Dad.
You'll write letters, and then when I come back, we'll paint the baby's room.
Of
Calem
course.
just like perks up. Wait, there's another baby?
Not yet. And then she squeezes them really hard in a hug.
He smiles and just goes like, by next time, will we be able to paint the room the right color?
Well, I mean, yellow's a good color no matter what you are.
Yellow is a good color no matter what. Let's go with yellow. He then like has an idea and just goes like, we can talk to like Andre and maybe make some baby clothes.
Yeah.
Abix is just chuckling. I was like, well, I was thinking a light green, but I'll think about yellow.
Light green's good too, right, Sari?
Yeah. Yellow and green.
Lime?
No.
Yellow and green are good. Maybe we could do stripes.
I think it's too busy.
Well, yeah, straights would be a bit much.
She's like having a genius inspiration moment. We could paint the room blue, and then we could do like grass closer to the floor, flower, like it's a garden, but inside.
It would be beautiful.
We could paint a bunny. We could paint a little mirage.
Yeah.
He then thinks about it for a second and goes like, maybe don't have me paint that. He thinks back to the way he carved an ice cream cone. Maybe let's not do that one. Maybe leave that one to someone a bit more professional. And I think, was there another thing? Sorry.
Nope. I don't
Okay.
have anything.
I think Calem stretches out and just goes like, as much as I would love to stick around, we do have stuff to do back home, right, Sari? But
But I don't want to leave.
Well, you
Okay,
don't
well,
have to leave. You do get to live here sometimes, but I'm pretty sure your friends will miss you an awful lot if you don't go visit them again.
True.
Calem thinks about it for a second and goes like, I may have an idea.
What?
I know our usual, he turns to Ahbix, if we stayed a bit longer, like, not too much longer, but like, I could have Rose send me stuff through message spells and things like that, right? I could work from home. more so than I already do.
Home from home away from home.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when you work at your summer home. Yeah. He turns to Sari. What do you think? Maybe we could let like Rowan and Andre know about this too. And maybe like the last night before we all head back, we can have a party.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
He then turns and thinks about it for a second. Maybe not too loud of a party though, for little Altrian's sake.
Maybe wait until they're a little bit older before throwing house parties in my house.
Yeah, maybe not like a party. Maybe more like having them over.
We could
Make
we could have a baby shower.
Baby showers are only for the first baby, my dear.
Not if this one's a girl.
Calem's like, I could not magically assure you of the baby's gender. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Uh,
And you're not a doctor.
no, I'm not. Magic has come a long way, but I don't think it's gone that far yet. Emphasis on the yet.
I'm sure there's some magic test somewhere.
But, I mean, having at least Rowan and Andre maybe just see the thing for a day before we head out. Maybe they could cart over to pick us up. And then we could do a road trip.
Maybe next time.
Okay, yeah, I'm just coming up with ideas now. I think this time maybe it's best we head back. Don't you think?
I guess.
Calem just goes, I'm gonna go take a bit of a just go get a feel for the weather and everything, see if I can get some give you and Ahbix a moment, Then he just gives Ahbix another hug and just goes like, I'll see you later, Mom. And he just walks out.
Ahbix gives Sari a big old hug.
Bye. Until Altreon, I said bye. Oh, until Dad, I said bye too. And then I miss him.
I'll let them both know as soon as I see them. But you have safe travels. Punch anything bad in the face real hard.
Bye.
I think the scene and the session will end on the two of them just walking back with their new little Almirage and Copper Dragon, and scene fades as Calem just turns to Sari and goes like, okay, but like next time though, we really do need to show Rowan and Andre. Like, could you imagine how much they'd love the little mountain trip?
Yeah.
Unless like you want this to be our thing.
Maybe this could be a sibling thing.
I've never had a sibling thing. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that sounds fun.
Our little secret.
Okay. And I think the two just kind of head back home.